Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics, hot topics, hot topics.
Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics, hot topics. Let's do this whole show. Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics. All right, so no more music. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic episode
of Keith and Elaine's Hot Topics.
And today is a special episode because today is our special Thanksgiving Spooktacular.
You know what that means, or do you know what that means? You probably don't. We had a Halloween Spooktacular about 3 weeks ago.
And it was so spooktacular
that we decided why not bring back the word spooktacular.
Yeah, for effect.
For effect.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving is coming up tomorrow.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're going to eat a delicious dinner.
Yeah.
Or, celebrate it in whatever way you feel is appropriate. Elaine, how are you?
Keith, I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I am so ready for Thanksgiving. I'm so ready to eat some turkey.
Yeah.
So ready to just eat a lot of turkey.
Well, make sure you save a little room beforehand for what's coming up after our show, which is, of course, Sandwich Night! We're going to be munching on some sandwiches in a little bit. It's actually for us going to be happening tomorrow, but for folks at home
you're watching
live, it will seem as though we walked from the studio, got changed, and went and started eating sandwiches.
What is Sandwich Night for
Sandwich
probably
Night.
a lot of our viewers who we want to give a shout out to in the Rat's Nest? They probably know what it is.
Yes. First, I do want to give a shout out, by the way, to everybody watching on Manhattan Cable. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Time Warner subscribers, RCN, Verizon, everyone watching on the web stream at mnn.org. A shout out to the Rat's Nest. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the member of the Rat's Nest who gave a great idea, a great suggestion for the Rat's Nest. Is a fantastic name as a collective of that group of folks because it's just so evocative of imagery of rats crawling on top of each other, which is a lot like what a chat room kind of is.
Rats
but
in a den.
I want to say Gwizzle is his name. Had a great idea for calling the Rat's Nest during our show, referring to them as the Cronuts.
Oh my God!
The Cronuts.
How perfect!
The Cronuts.
How perfect, Grizzle. Gwizzle.
I think that's his name. Gwizzle, Swizzle.
How you are so right on. So the Cronuts.
Yeah. You guys are gonna be the Cronuts. Hopefully that flag is sailing, but if not, we'll just have to deal with that as it goes along.
Sandwich Night.
Yeah, so Sandwich Night. Sandwich Night is a 2-year tradition now, I believe, with the show. But it came together, I believe, because the first year of Chris Gethard Show, most of the crew, everybody had checked out because they were going home to see their family. So they had a very bare bones crew. And I think it might have been Shannon O'Neill or somebody gave a suggestion that, why don't we just show up at the studio and eat sandwiches? And it turns out there were a lot of people who were in the city, orphan types, Thanksgiving orphans, who were able to participate in that, and it became a fun event. And the crowd certainly took to it. The Rat's Nest certainly took to it, and they've been doing it ever since.
Do some of them come in from out of town for Sandwich Night, or do they all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
But there are Rat's Nest members who live in New York City who come to the studio
Sure.
for Sandwich
Oh,
Night?
yeah, just a regular audience.
Okay, cool.
The people who show up for the show.
So we'll be seeing you guys very, very shortly.
Yes. Now, last week at the end of Chris's show, at the end of the Chris Gethard Show, he had made an announcement as per the theme of his show, which was the big announcement. And he made the announcement that most of you watching are aware of, that his show got picked up by Comedy Central to shoot a pilot, which is, I know, fantastic for Chris.
Great news.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic news. Chris had said he feels like he's maxed out the use of the studios in terms of what MNN is capable of providing him, and it's going to be really interesting to see what he does now that he has a budget to work with, and he's going to be able to take the show to new heights, just explore it in different ways that he has previously not been able to. And he had mentioned that his last show at MNN, I believe, is going to be the week of December 11th, which is bittersweet news for MNN viewers, for people who are used to watching the live stream, because we won't have that for a while. Now, as it turns out, that date kind of looms large for our show as well. because that does represent the last week of the quarter for the current programming quarter, which we're a part. Now, when Elaine and I initially signed up to do this show, we had signed on to do 13 episodes for the quarter.
And so we were not sure whether we were going to do any more than 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So our plan was, let's do 13 episodes. Let's see how this goes.
We really just jumped in with both feet, you know?
Yeah. And so we have an announcement.
Well, we do have to take into consideration whether or not we wanted to keep doing it for another 13 weeks.
Right.
Because, we don't want to half-ass anything that we do. And also, weigh into consideration that once Chris's show is gone, a substantial portion of the audience might go away. But given that, we've decided we are going to return for another 13 weeks. At the very least, we will be back following December.
Yeah. So you're stuck with us.
You're stuck with us, you guys.
Cronuts.
Yeah. And like we were saying, we're aware that a lot of the audience here, we've been saying this pretty much every week. We know that a lot of people come here as a pregame
for the Chris Gethard show.
For the Chris Gethard Show.
Yeah.
And I certainly
we're kind of the we're like in college. We're before going out to the bar. We're the drinking of liquor.
We're like a tailgate
before people
party.
Drink beer. So we're like your vodka or your
Jaeger.
Your Jaeger shots.
Yeah.
And then Chris Gethard, I guess, is your Budweiser.
Your Budweiser, your banquet beer, whatever you're going to be.
Wine coolers.
Whatever you're just going to be steadily riding out that perfect buzz for the rest of the night.
We're aware of that.
Yeah,
we're totally aware.
We're aware of that, and we certainly wouldn't bemoan anybody for leaving if you wanted to, but just to give you an idea of where Elaine and I are with this show, why we decided we wanted to come back, we just feel like there's just unfinished business in terms of where we want to take the show, what we think we're capable of doing. When we jumped into doing this, we had no real idea what this show was going to be about at all, and as we've progressed in doing it, it started to get wheels turning in terms of the things that we would like to accomplish with it. In terms of different show ideas. Once we got into the habit of doing it, we realized, there's a whole potential of things we can do in the studio, things we can do with the show. And we're kind of growing into it. There's definitely a learning curve with it. And I know that in a lot of cases, the show is not as good as it can be. And we're right there with you. We agree with you. But just so you know, Elaine and I know this one especially, we have impeccable comedic tastes.
Yes, that's
true. We might not be perfect at executing it, but we are.
We know what's funny.
We know what's funny. We know what it looks like.
We know what it talks like.
Yeah, the stuff you grew up on, the things you find funny, you grew up on SNL.
SNL. I've seen so many episodes, almost every episode of SNL because of my brother. I used to watch all these comedians, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I've seen all those Living Color, Mad TV, which weren't the best shows, but I don't know. I feel like I was almost it was almost like propaganda. I just part of me, and I can't even get it out of my head if I wanted to.
Yeah, but it was good cultivation.
It was
a good way to cultivate comedic sensibilities with that. And we have the tastes.
Also, you have great.
Certainly.
And he's been doing improv for 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years,
which I've never done. So I kind of.
Yeah. But I think it was Ira Glass. He said something about when you're first doing this.
Oh yeah.
When you're first doing something, your tastes are impeccable, but your execution isn't there.
Oh, okay.
And we're trying to get to the point where execution is on par with where our tastes are.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to join us along with that, stay on that ride, we hope you do, because we certainly love having you guys in the audience.
No, I have to say, and I didn't know exactly what you were going to say. I've never heard someone on TV say we're gonna get even better.
We're gonna get
so
better.
Stick with us. I think I like that. I mean,
We want to be a good show. We want to be a great show.
Yeah.
We don't want to be another Chris Gethard Show.
No.
We're not going to be that. We're going to be whatever we are.
Yeah, we don't have a hairy guy in a bathing suit.
Yeah, which I think you need if you really want to do that
fish.
show. Yeah, the human fish.
Yeah.
We're not going to have that. Sorry, folks. But, you know, we're going to have something that's uniquely our own, and it's going to build along, and it would be cool if you guys joined us along with it. And if not, it was great having you here. Try to check in on us sometime and let us know how we're doing. Oh, by the way, we have a Tumblr page and our Gmail account. You can bring up a slide for that. KEHotTopics.tumblr.com. You can check out past episodes that we've done. And also our Gmail. Guys, if you ever want to give us any notes on the show, if you just want to like write us up, rag on us a little bit, or if you have suggestions, well wishes, you want to tell us to go fuck ourselves, you can do that at KEHotTopics at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Believe me, if you write to us, we're going to respond, and we're going to probably do something on air with it.
Yes,
without doubt. So,
all right.
I think we need to get
to the hot topics.
We need to roll into some hot topics.
What the show is all about.
Let's get into some hot topics. Okay, so hot topic number 1, Democrats go nuclear.
On the filibuster.
On the filibuster.
So what does this mean? This means that no longer can... Basically, the Democrats, under Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, proposed ending the ability to filibuster nominees of President Barack Obama. Filibustering is using 60 votes, or requiring 60 votes for a nominee to be confirmed rather than 50.
Which is further beyond the majority.
Yeah, but then 51. And it's a super majority, and... the Republicans have been doing this like crazy. Now, Democrats have done it as well, but I guess it's up like a lot more than it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's not for all things. Like for legislation, the filibuster is still allowed, but like Republicans were pissed off. And here's what I have to say to them: too bad.
Too fucking bad.
Too bad. And they're gonna do it. I mean, it's gonna come around to them. They'll be a majority.
Yeah.
And then they'll want, but not a 60 vote majority.
They're a minority that wants to be a majority.
Yeah.
They want all the perks of being a majority.
Right. Without being a majority.
We like minorities, by the way. We're not saying anything against minorities.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
But in terms of like numbers-wise, there's a reason why there are more Democrats than Republicans.
Right.
They got voted in. They don't like you.
Yeah.
So stop obstructing them and let them do their job.
So now it's gone nuclear. So
it's gone nuclear. Yeah. So they put an end to that. So.
All right.
So let's move on along.
Thanksgiving.
So
you've probably been seeing this word. If you're like me, you've been seeing this word everywhere this past week in the news. People are going crazy over Thanksgiving.
Because this is the first time, I think, in many millennia, and I think that it's ever happened again. But the first day of Hanukkah falls on the same day as Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. You would think that happens all the time, you know? It's like Friday the 13th happen all the time.
But apparently it just rarely happens. And so what it means is those of us who are Jewish, which is me, go home and we have to light candles as well as eat turkey.
Yeah.
And it kind of honestly like sneaks up on us. And I would prefer Hanukkah to be back more to become more like Christmaka, where it starts on the same day as Christmas.
It starts on Christmas, so it goes a full 8 days
after I think
Christmas?
That was it last year or the year before.
Awesome.
It's awesome, because then you're like going into the new year and you're still getting presents. You're like, it's January 2nd, and I'm getting presents!
Yeah, this is like a lull between the end of Hanukkah now and the beginning of Christmas.
Oh,
this is like when regular college football season ends and you have to wait a month for the bowl season.
Yeah, and for me, it's not like that because I don't watch college football really, but I know what you mean.
Oh, trust me, it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like it's just it's like kind of like Jews just get it all over with, and then we just have to wait while Christians get excited for their dumb holiday. No offense, no, I'm kidding. I'm totally.
It's a pretty dumb holiday.
Yeah, it is.
As a former Christian, I'm not really practicing anymore.
You're not Christian anymore?
Not really, no. Okay. I don't buy that bullshit. Sorry, it's all bullshit, man.
Let's go to
gay waitress.
Oh God.
Stages a stiff. Okay.
Tell what's this about?
So a restaurant in Bridgeport, New Jersey. There's a waitress there where the waitress got stiffed by her customers. She had a family in there. Here's a picture of said waitress doing a selfie. That's her photo of her in the Marines, and this is the receipt that was at the heart of a big discussion. It went viral, but I don't know how well you can tell, but in the tip portion of this receipt, it's been crossed through, and handwritten is a note saying, "I'm sorry, but I cannot tip you because I don't agree with your lifestyle and the way you live your life." So it would appear that this woman was stiffed on the basis of her sexual orientation, that customer refused to tip her, not only refused to tip her, but leave a pretty hostile note. Well, the development with this story is it appears that that receipt was staged. The whole thing might be a hoax.
God.
Bring up the other photo we have here.
What?
Okay, on your left we see the receipt we just looked at with the handwritten scrawled notes and a total amounting to the amount of the food and tax. On the right, though, was a receipt copy furnished by the family who is at the center of this, showing that they had tipped. Yeah, they had tipped $18. Yeah. It's like 20%.
It's like 20%.
And so...
Now, but one thing is, it says the customer copy, so they could have written that in after the fact.
Right, and so it could, and it sounds like it could be a case of he said, she said, they said.
Yeah. Here's
the clincher, though. On the Visa bill, on the family's credit card bill, there is a transaction in the amount of $111.55, which is the food plus tip amount. So it appears that that whole thing was faked. There wasn't really a hate note scrawled. As to who perpetrated it, I don't know.
Weird.
I just know that people in the service industry, it's very easy to get angry and vindictive.
Oh, yeah, you've said this before about your time in the service industry.
My time in the service industry. All
That's
right,
a whole nother episode.
Let's roll on to that. Cronuts!
Oh, my God.
What's happening on the Cronut front? The Cronut front.
Well, last week we reported here that Cronuts can now be ordered online, so you don't have to wait.
You may have heard it here first.
Yeah, you may have heard it here first.
You may have.
In the long Dominique Anzo line, you can just order and then go and pick up as many as 6 Cronuts. Well, guess what? The website has gone kind of Obamacare, and people are not able to actually place the order for Cronuts.
You mean people are going online and trying to get Cronuts and they're not able to as promised?
Yep, exactly. There's something buggy with the website. So now...
It's never simple with Cronuts.
No, it never is. You have to wait 5 hours. And like, what? Come on.
I can get a donut accidentally by like going into a store and asking for something and they're like, oh, here you go. And it's like, oh, I wanted coffee. Thank you for the donut.
Yeah.
But it is impossible to get a Cronut. You got to work for it. You got to get up in the morning. And they thought we come up with a system where you can just sit back in your house and just have Cronuts delivered to you.
Right, but no, it will never be that easy.
It will never be that way.
Yeah, we'll see if that website works again. I bet, I hope that Obamacare, I'd rather Obamacare start working than the Cronut website, but, we'll see.
Hey, Elaine, how many Cronuts have you had in your life?
0.
Yeah, me neither. So we're still 0
We still haven't had a
Cronut.
So. We have that trouble.
I'll move on.
Next
People
hot
might
topic.
make this our last topic, possibly. Zach
Braff. Photobomb.
A big photobomb. Check out the photo here.
God.
Now, this seems like a sweet photo. We have a couple here. Looks like a wedding photo. Look at that. Nice depth of field. The background's all like nice and fuzzy. You can see Times Square.
The man's wearing a long suit to really suit jacket to add to kind of the drama and romance.
Yeah, and the bride is beautiful, and they're in the middle of this beautiful.
Yeah, hair impeccable.
Yeah. And then what's going on here? But just right to the
guy in the down North Face jacket?
Why could that be actor Zach Braff? Garden State's Zach Braff?
Scrubs' Zach Braff?
Zach Braff? Zach Braff?
Zach Braff?
Zach Braff? Zach Braff?
I don't know what other movies he was in. That's Zach Braff?
Yeah, Zach Braff, who probably dated someone famous. Zach Braff. Yeah. He walking by the scene. Apparently, they didn't lock up the street. They just allowed anyone to walk through because there's a guy on the right there who doesn't appear to be a celebrity.
The guy on the right not smiling at the camera.
Yeah.
Not photobombing.
Yeah. And Zach Braff giving a smile directly into the camera because he knows, hey, look at me, I'm Zach Braff. Look at what I'm doing right now.
He's like you. This isn't a photobomb. This is Zach Braff. This
is a Zach
ordaining
Braffogram.
your wedding. Yeah. and holding a venti or grande Starbucks cup. And I
bet there's pumpkin spice in
someone on the internet speculated peppermint mocha, but I bet he's a pumpkin man. I bet he goes with the seasonal, drink trends.
That'd be a good call.
Yeah.
That'd be a good call.
I think that's what Zach Braff.
Way to steal the focus from the married couple, Zach Braff. Kudos
it's not your
to you.
wedding, Zach. Maybe you should get married.
Yeah, or another show. Jesus, what are you doing nowadays besides just walking on the street drinking coffee?
Really large coffees.
All right, so that was our hot topics for today.
Yep.
Pretty good run of topics. Now that we're going to get into our Thanksgiving spooktacular portion of the evening. Now, Elaine doesn't know about this, but I actually, in my free time, what I like to do, what I've been getting into lately, I'm really into educating the youth. And I'm really into, I care about the next generation of innovators. And, I want
generation of innovators.
The next generation of innovators. I'm a little worried about the education standards, so I started producing a series of videos educating kids about various different holidays. And it just so happens I have a video that I am submitting to some elementary schools. It gives a historical account of Thanksgiving. It's just my way of giving back.
That's great. Wow, it's nice of you to kind of put your performance talents to use to sort of service.
Yeah, well, it's just my way of giving back. Okay. So I think we'll just watch that. And happy Thanksgiving to you all.
I'd be curious what you do on your
side we'll just be here. We're just watching along. So go ahead and hit play on that.
Hi, and welcome to History. I'm John Haskell, and today we're talking turkey. You guessed it, Thanksgiving. Joining me today is Keith Bethay. Keith?
It's my pleasure.
I'm well, thank you. Now, Keith, you and I go way back, would you say?
Well, my sister used to fuck your brother, if that's what you're referring to.
She did?
Yeah. But it was just casual. They weren't, in love or anything.
Oh, okay.
What was... kids cannot see that. That's not appropriate for kids, Keith.
I beg to differ, Elaine. That's how you got to hook people in,
Well,
otherwise they don't.
You just use the F word with your brother and his sister.
Have you been on a playground? They're dropping that stuff lately. Look, Elaine, without a proper context, they're not going to really know how I know John, and this is going to be a question looming over the whole thing. And plus, that's just the kind of gutter talk kids like these days. You got to hook them in with something. Here, let's just go on. Yeah.
Are we gonna learn something about Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. All right. That's the whole point of the video.
Let's keep on watching.
Yeah.
Moving on, Thanksgiving. What is it?
Well, Thanksgiving is what I like to refer to as a holiday.
Really?
Yes. It commemorates the first time that the Pilgrims and the Indians sat down and ate together.
They eat turkey?
Oh, yes. And corn, too.
No.
Yeah. But the thing is, Indians didn't know what to call it, so they made up a fake word for it, maize.
What? That's not right. That's not accurate. Indians did not just make up the word maize for corn. Well, that's not how
isn't all language made up? All language is made up.
Not at that point. I mean that. This is so far very inappropriate and also not factual about Thanksgiving.
Well, a lot of history.
And there's no Thanksgiving scenery or anything.
Well, we'll just get a little bit further into it. It gets better, I'm telling you.
All right.
We're just bringing in the cakes.
Okay. That's weird.
Thank you very much, Lee.
No, this is necessary. But
now, the Pilgrims and the Indians, did they get along?
Well, we don't know 100% for sure because we don't have any video camera footage of them getting along. However, what we do know for certain is that the Indian Squanto, who was more or less regarded as one of the more cooler Indians, did in fact finger blast a lot of Pilgrim women.
Wow. and that's Thanksgiving.
What?
100%.
Well,
that is
thank you for joining us today,
terrible. Keith. That's Keith.
What?
Finger blasting. That's not appropriate for kids. They're gonna ask their teacher what that means, and then some kid is gonna know, and then by the end of the day, all the kids will be like running
Did you
around
not know what that is
blasting.
when you were in 3rd grade?
No, I didn't. I just learned what it was.
I'm just speaking to how they talk. Look, it gets better. Let's just keep going.
Oh God, this is not good for kids.
Yes.
Are you serious? I was up all fucking night researching this shit. I put together 10 pages of fucking notes for this? For 2 fucking minutes?
No, you were good, but we don't have that much time, and if it goes too long, the video won't go viral.
Oh, you're a fucking piece of shit!
Stop! My mom hates that word!
Eat shit, you cocksucker!
Hello? Oh, hey, Dad, it's me, Keith Bethea. Yeah. Of course you know that. You called me. Nah, just had a real rough day. Did a bad thing. Yeah, murder. I know. Look, I'm sorry. Alright, I love you too. And happy Thanksgiving. Can't believe my dad is Kelsey Grammer with Frasier.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
See, isn't that great? A twist ending. A twist ending
You can't
to that.
show
That's
that to
fantastic.
kids, Keith.
Come on, did you not know? Did you know that Canadian Thanksgiving was the second Monday of?
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, not a lot of kids did.
I didn't know that Frasier was your dad, though. Kelsey Grammer.
Is he?
Aren't you supposed to tell me?
I don't know. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Check us out on our Tumblr. Check us out on Gmail.
Yeah.
See you guys in a few minutes.
KEHotTopics.
KEHotTopics@gmail.com. KEHotTopics.tumblr.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you at Sandwich Night in a few minutes.
Woo!
Mere minutes away.